What is good, everybody? It's the Casual Consumers coming to another video. This is for our movie review of Black Adam. Yeah, we saw the movie last night, and we wanted to give you guys our quick spoiler-free thoughts on the movie and what we thought about it. We tried our best to not discuss this whole time. Went to work, didn't discuss
until just right now.
Right now, we wanted to get our thoughts. We wish we could have done it last night, but it was hella late. So,
yeah.
But we are here to do our movie review on this one. So,
yes.
Big question here. Finally, what did you think of the movie? Now you can tell, spoiler free.
Yeah.
What do we thought about this movie?
I'm going first.
Oh, okay. Who was the director of this movie? I forget. It stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson,
yes,
and some other people.
Viola Davis was sprinkled in there randomly.
A random black guy, a trash kid.
No, he's not a random black guy. He's an actor.
You know, yeah, you're right.
And
he's a good actor.
And so was the gold guy. That was
gold guy.
The gold mask guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah,
what's your thoughts on the movie?
Those were two very big actors.
Let me. You go ahead. I'm gonna get the names.
And yeah, I mean, there were some things that I liked about the movie. It really did grab me from the very start with that with that opening scene. I was really I thought it was well done. When I first saw Dwayne come out as Black Adam, I was very impressed. The costume was very nice. Very, very nice. Just the storyline, the build up to it, how he was presented to us for the first time. I enjoyed that. And then just all the other characters as well. With that, the story was a good story. But I may hear some more things from you, honestly. I don't remember a lot of things that I loved.
There's a lot of things that you hated. Okay.
I didn't use the word hate. That is a very strong word.
You disliked.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So
all right, we try to stay positive to start.
So in a nutshell, I liked Dwayne's intro.
Okay. Yeah. So. So a lot of the same things for me. I think overall, The Rock did a great job. I actually really enjoyed his performance. It didn't seem like too cheesy or put on. Like too superhero. We get that superhero shtick where
that Superman shtick with the little curl, Superman curl.
Not that, like the cheesy acting where there's a lot of banter back and forth. You didn't get much of that. There was an ongoing joke that I hated, but I don't blame Dwayne for that. I blame the
writers.
No. Yes, the writers, yes, but I blame my most hated character in this movie for it. So I don't necessarily put a pin in that.
Yeah.
I don't blame The Rock really for this, Dwayne for this one, but the one bad thing about
Dwayne
Black
was
Adam,
doing his job.
But he was doing his thing. I love the like you said, the costume. It fit him. It looked like
it was meant for his body.
You know how when you have superheroes and they put like the fake muscles in the pads and it looks just look ridiculous?
Obviously.
There was no padding for Dwayne.
Dwayne doesn't need padding.
He doesn't need no padding whatsoever. He filled out the suit completely.
Yeah.
And it looked great on him. He did a good job.
In contrast to that, the guy, the Birdman, his costume was saggy in his butt, and there was a couple scenes where that was visible.
Saggy in his butt.
There was a couple scenes.
I did not notice that. That was all a you thing.
I was looking at the man's butt. So
you definitely were. I was not. I was actually trying to pay attention to the movie when I was not sleeping. There was a part when I fell asleep.
There was a few parts where you fell asleep.
Few parts of butts. Like I said, the intro was very strong. I loved all the action that was, like you said, the action in the beginning when The Rock was Black Adam was just tearing people apart. Essentially,
that was great.
And what else? I like the villain. It was kind of obvious.
From the start.
that the guy was gonna be a bad guy
From the start.
But the big twist with him, I actually did like how that came about, because I really wasn't expecting it.
Same.
Mainly because I fell asleep during that part, so a little bit of it I didn't piece together right away.
You know what?
But once you told me what happened,
Yeah.
it came together. I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I like it.
There definitely was some moments where it was like, I think they were trying to be discreet about it, but they didn't do it well enough to like leave the what is it called when you leave mystery? Just the.
It seemed like it was a mystery to me, like, because I don't want to say too much. It's supposed to be spoiler free,
exactly. So we can't say too much about it. But
yeah.
I just felt like there was not a lot of discretion. He kept making eyes. He kept doing like the evil, like sneaky things.
Yeah.
And
well, you knew from the beginning, basically, when they were in the cave. Basically, you kind of already knew who was the villain, who's going to be the antagonist in this film.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, a lot of the action scenes were good in the beginning, and yeah, I guess that's mainly all my good as well.
Yeah.
I loved Dwayne. I loved the action at the beginning, and I loved the little twist that they put on the villain. But then after that, it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
But
I will
anything else you want to add with the good?
I was gonna go piggyback on the acting that Dwayne, the acting job that he did. I think he did a pretty good job. If I'm gonna give it a grade, I'm gonna give it like a solid B plus A minus.
See, that's the thing. I B plus A minus. I actually would go to A plus, because he seems like he fits in this world. He did seem menacing, like he can be terrifying if he needs to be. I think he needs to get out of this. I know this, and that's the thing. This is a movie to introduce the character, so I don't want to be too harsh on it, because that's what it was. It was just to introduce his character, and the end credit scene. It looked like thinking about it. Yes, the next movie or whatever they have planned after this.
To hit the fan for sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then adding in Shazam, I'm sure Shazam is gonna end up in this whole universe. I mean, their characters overlap.
Totally.
They're both are essentially got their powers from the same
group of people.
The same wizards, the same gods that gave them all the powers. So. They're gonna overlap 100%.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I think because I don't follow DC all that much, I didn't realize that all these things were like overlapping so much.
It's a DC universe.
Well, but then like when
everything overlaps.
Yeah, like when they went to that like place, it was like an underground place, and I saw all the other.
Well, I think that's not a spoiler. I mean, everybody knows, Black Adam and Shazam are in the same world together.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's. I think they hinted at Black Adam a little bit in the Shazam movie.
Oh.
They hinted at Superman in the Shazam movie as well. Yeah. Like, these worlds are connected, so it's not a big surprise.
So yeah, I mean, I like I said, I don't follow DC like that, but it was cool to see all the like overlap and all the references here and there. Yeah. They're spoiler. I'm not even gonna say it, but yeah, there was a couple references in there. I was like, oh, that's cool, okay. But that was a positive. Yeah,
positive. We're going too long on this review, so the negative.
I think the negative is going to take us to a very long review, but
sure, that's fine.
You go first, actually.
Okay, so you sure? I'm gonna have to get on my soapbox and bring the mic over here to me. No, okay.
You just,
I'll go.
Maybe start with yours, and then we can just kind of pinball it.
So my 100. There's a few things. It's a main core 3 things that I had a huge issue with.
Yeah.
I'll go from least to the most.
Yeah.
Okay, least to the most.
What's your least?
My least? No. My top 3. I'm going to 3 to 1. As far as what my biggest problem.
Yeah, least to most. I said start with the
my
least.
biggest. Okay. Got it. All right. It seemed like the city was not fleshed out. I swear it was like the same 20 people on set in this movie that was kind of doing everything. It just didn't seem like there was a lot of people there. You know, you look out the windows. It's supposed to be this big, gigantic city. But when all the action is happening, there's like 20, 30 people
scattering around.
Just scattering around. And I swear I saw the same few people in different scenes doing the same things when different things are happening. So to me, that took me out of it really, because it just didn't seem like a real world. It looked like a world where, you know, you're just trying to get, you know, enough people where it kind of looks believable, and you spent all the rest of your money on The Rock. Yeah. You know, to get him in here. Yeah. That's what it kind of seemed like. That was my number 3.
Well, I'm gonna agree with that for sure. It was the scenes where they took a big shot of the city, and it to me it kind of looked like a like, you ever seen one of the where they're creating like the Titanic? And they do like a small set and they just film over it and then they enlarge it to make it. It looked really like placed, and it just, I think that also took me out of it. Not only just the extras that were running around like over and over again, but the setup itself. Yeah,
absolutely, just terrible, trash, terrible. My second thing though was all the use of the CGI. Oh my God. Everything was just so there was like no set.
Was my comment your setup?
Was what?
My comment about the city like a good setup for that?
I guess, but it was more than just that. It was more than just that.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, the CGI. Overuse.
The overuse of the CGI. Yes, the overuse of the CGI, and then all the slow-mo with the fighting. Everything had to be slow. It was like the Wonder Woman thing that they did for the second Wonder Woman movie, where every punch was just in slow motion and just exaggerated and drawn out. Like once or twice for big moments, sure, fine, whatever. But the overuse of it is freaking crazy, and I just could not stand it. That was glaring to me. I mean, some people may like it. It's just not my cup of tea. So that was a big problem for me too in this one.
I'm gonna agree 100%. I think both of us were kind of cringing at the moments where it was happening, and it was overused. Like it was almost to the point where I was counting to see how many times it was actually happening, and I was like, this can't be real. This is actually like, okay, so they're doing it again. And you just like, you knew it was coming, but it made the movie feel a little bit cheesy. There was a scene, the one that I'm thinking about in particular, where they played like some music behind it, and it just was like cheese factor, like level 100. It was too much for me. I did not enjoy that at all.
Yeah, it was a little much, but you know. I like I say, it's a DC. I think I told you yesterday. It is a DC movie. It is a comic book movie, so you can expect some of that cheese. But man, they just caked it on. Yeah, it was just crazy.
Heavy on the cheese.
My God, it was bad. So, and do you have any? Or we're just kind of same at the point.
I mean, I think pretty much the same with the cheese factor. But I don't know if you recall yesterday, we were talking about the DC universe and how their style of movie is, and I was asking you, is this the style that they usually go with? Because it feels very like cartoon. And so I'm gonna assume yes, because I feel like Aquaman had this kind of vibe, and what's the other one?
Wonder Woman.
Not so much Shazam? Wonder Woman. Yes, heavy on the cheese, heavy on the like one-liners, and heavy on the slapstick jokes, and the like. Even the look of things was very like cartoony. Yeah,
they gone away from the more serious tone DC movies. I think a lot of their movies were really serious in tone and nature.
Batman is DC, right?
Yeah,
that's like their only like serious.
No, the Justice League movies. I'm not talking about the Dark Knight movies. I'm talking about like the Justice League, Batman vs Superman. Superman movie that they came out with Henry Cavill. You know, those movies were more serious in nature. But I really enjoyed those movies, so I don't know what to say.
Right.
So yeah. But my number one thing, because we going a little long in this one, but my number one thing, My what's his name? I gotta get the name right. I'm sorry. I need the character's name.
Let me guess. You're talking about the son.
Oh, my bad. The comic relief on the good side of things. The comic relief guy, the uncle. Oh man, he was funny. He made a lot of things really hit for me.
Right.
That really made this movie enjoyable. Like I didn't really care for the sister or the brother. Oh, the uncle.
Yeah,
he was killing it. He killed it. He was really good comedy relief. But the son, oh my god, he was literally the worst actor
heavy on the cheese
in this movie.
Heavy.
I don't know why they had this damn skateboard just running throughout this whole city.
Yeah.
Like it was like integral. It was an integral part of this whole.
It was.
His whole character arc was this damn skateboard. Made no sense, and his acting, the whole thing was bad.
Yeah, his acting was a little shaky even in the beginning, and then I was kind of like giving him some time to warm up.
He got worse.
It got
much worse. The best part was when he was in the very beginning when he bumped into the guard. Mm-hmm. I know we're not trying to go into spoilers, but that was the best part.
That was.
Everything else was just
that's what
just
I'm
bad.
saying. Well, that wasn't the part that I feel like it was getting rocky. It was after that, like you said. That was the best scene, and then it was like
that was the best scene for him.
Crash and burn.
I didn't think he was gonna be a part of the movie in that fashion. I was like, okay, it's a random kid. All right, whatever.
Definitely a part of the movie.
He was just the worst.
Yeah.
He literally ruined most of the movie for me because he had so many lines. He was in everything,
and he had some dialogue with The Rock.
His acting was just not believable to me. He was doing some silly stuff, but getting himself in danger on purpose so he could force The Rock's hand to help. I was really hoping The Rock let him die, or Black Adam let him die.
Babe,
I really wanted him to let him die.
Well, that wasn't gonna happen.
He got himself in some of these situations, trying to get him to help.
He did.
I really wish he had just let him go. Been like, you know what?
But that's the thing. I think, like you said, this is the intro to the character. I think this is something to set up who Black Adam is. The storyline could never have gone that way because of what the theme of the movie was. But I was gonna say that The Rock is. We're talking to all the people born in the 80s and 90s because nobody knows who The Rock is except for us.
No, of course people know who The Rock is. Dwayne Johnson has transcended generations. He's famous throughout generations. 100%. I'm sure people know who The Rock is.
I think we're dwindling though. We're in the Gen Zs don't know. They have no idea.
Maybe, but Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I couldn't imagine people know him by Dwayne Johnson more than The Rock.
True.
I
guess it depends on who you're talking to.
Okay. Anything else you have for the movie, or do we have all the same disagreements?
I think we agree.
Yeah, it was not good. let us know. But you know what? Watch the movie for yourself. Maybe you guys enjoyed it. It wasn't necessarily the cup of tea for me as far as everything else, but I really enjoyed Black Adam and The Rock's performance. He really did a good job. I'm really looking for the next movie he's in. Hopefully without all this cast. Hopefully the rest of this cast is gone and he leaves the city and does his own thing.
Yeah.
Because I see really great things for this character, for Rock in this universe. Mm-hmm. I just want the rest of the cast to go. Just leave that. Go into Shazam's universe with all his characters. Go into the Superman, the Batman, all the things. Go over there. Leave the city behind, and we're good.
Maybe
we're
the
good
uncle
to go.
could do a cameo.
Bring the uncle. He's good. He needs a bodyguard.
Totally.
He needs somebody to drive him.
That's the guy.
And play some music.
Exactly. So
I forget the song. No. A 1 out of 10. I give it a solid 6.
Okay.
Like I said, The Rock, I give him like a 9.
Okay.
The rest of the movie, about a 6. Like, it's okay. I don't know if I'll watch it again. I'm looking forward to the next movie, but that's about it. How about yourself?
5.
5. Yeah.
Right in the middle.
I know. I get it.
Didn't love it, didn't hate it.
I get it.
Yeah.
100%. Anyways, guys, let us know what you thought of the movie in the comment section down below. If we're tripping about it, if it's just us, maybe you guys loved it. But for me, I don't know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, have a good one.